Good morning. There are days when life feels like it's dragging you down, when the weight of everything, every unaccomplished task, every fleeting mistake, weighs on you with an unbearable heaviness. It's a mental trap, a cycle of negativity that seems impossible to break. I was trapped in this cycle, sitting alone in my room, feeling paralyzed by an overwhelming sense of being stuck. Every attempt to move forward seemed futile, as if I were pushing against an invisible force that refused to let me go. In those moments, the urge to retreat into comfort and do nothing becomes almost irresistible. It's as if you're searching for solace in inactivity, hoping that the passage of time will somehow heal the frustration. But time doesn't heal. It only slips away, leaving you in the same place where you began, still stuck, still stagnant. Then, in the midst of my inner turmoil, I remembered something. A simple yet profound question that had the power to shatter the chains that bound me. It wasn't a magical solution, nor was it some groundbreaking realization, but it was something that could shift my perspective in an instant. The question was this: what if you had to repeat today exactly as it is, 100 times? At first it seemed like a trivial thought, something that wouldn't hold much weight, but the more I considered it, the more it became clear that this single question held the key to breaking free from my rut. When you ask yourself this question, it forces you to step outside of the immediate feelings of frustration and fear and look at your day as a whole, as a series of choices and moments. The question doesn't just ask you to think about what you're doing now. It challenges you to evaluate whether this day, these actions, are truly the way you want to spend your life. If I had to live today 100 times, would I be content with what I had accomplished? Would I be proud of how I spent my time, or would I regret wasting yet another day, letting it slip away without making any meaningful progress? The answer came quickly. I would regret it. I would regret spending yet another day in inertia, caught in a cycle of unproductive thoughts and self-doubt. And then it hit me. The secret was in choosing differently. If I had to repeat today 100 times, I couldn't afford to stay stuck in this loop. I had to break the pattern. I had to make a conscious decision to take action, even if it was a small one. I didn't need to fix everything, but I could start by doing something that would move me forward. So I stood up. I shook off the weight of the moment and decided to take a step. It didn't matter if it was a big leap or a tiny step. It mattered that I took action. I grabbed my jacket, went outside, and allowed myself to feel the world around me, to break free from the self-imposed prison I had built in my mind. I could feel the energy shift. The momentum built with every small choice I made, and with each action, I moved further from the slump that had kept me frozen. It wasn't an immediate transformation, but the first step was enough. It was enough to break the cycle, to remind myself that I wasn't a prisoner of my circumstances, that I could choose to take control of my life, even in the darkest moments. The lesson that day was simple, yet profound. Every day is a chance to change, to break free, to make a different choice. The question about repeating the day 100 times helped me realize that I wasn't bound to the past or the present moment. I had the power to decide, at any moment, to take action and change my direction. And it wasn't just about the grand, life-altering decisions. It was about making those small, incremental choices that compounded over time, building a life of purpose, focus, and intentionality. In life, we often fall into the trap of waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or the right feeling. But the truth is, the perfect moment rarely arrives. Change comes from the decisions we make in the present, not from waiting for the future to deliver it to us. By asking myself the question, What if I had to repeat today 100 times? I was able to see my day from a new perspective. I saw it as a valuable opportunity, an opportunity to shape my future, to make meaningful progress, and to prove to myself that I am not a passive observer of my life, but an active participant in creating it. Every time you find yourself stuck, ask yourself this question: what if I had to repeat today 100 times? Don't let the day slip by without making a conscious decision to act, to move, to grow, whether it's in your personal life, your career, or your health. This question can guide you toward making the choices that will shape your future.